you.
Hey, Finn, Dave McGee.
Nice to meet you.
Finn, good to see you again.
Hey. Thanks for being here, guys.
Thank you for having us. We look forward to meeting with you today. We are from Nature's Junction Popcorn. We're here to talk about maybe striking a deal and putting our popcorn in Wildly Fresh. And I brought a team that I'm really excited about to present to you today. We have Anna C. She's in charge of our social media.
Thank you.
Dave McGee. He is our sampling expert. And we have Oscar Velasquez. He's our chief marketing officer. And I'm Megan Rowell. I'm in charge of packaging.
Look at these business cards. These are cool.
So, yeah, we are excited. We put those out there. We'd love to hear from you. We want to be open and establish a trusting relationship right off the bat. We think that's important. And so, we're excited to have dinner tonight. I look forward to getting to know you guys a little, you and Taylor, a little better. And I hear we're going for Italian. So
Sounds good to me.
yeah, we're excited.
Yeah.
I just want to confirm that we have 15 minutes here today.
Yeah, I have to run to another meeting in about 15 minutes, but this is fine.
Great. Thank you.
Well, Finn, I want you to know, and we all want you to know, that Nature's Junction providing you popcorn goes far beyond the monetary value.
Okay.
But we want to provide your customers with a delicious and extremely environmentally friendly popcorn option.
Okay.
And in doing so, we want to add to your already exemplary customer experience at Wildly Fresh. How does that sound to you?
Sounds good. That's why I'm here. So let's do it.
Well, I'm glad that we're on the same page. And because we only have 15 minutes and we really want to get you to your next appointment on time, I set up an agenda. Is it okay if we go ahead and go through that?
Yeah.
Okay, great. Well, first, we'd like to go ahead and ask you a few questions about your current popcorn situation. And then second, we like to make sure that we have identified all of your needs. And then third, we would like to receive your feedback based on our initial research.
Okay.
Does that sound good to you?
Yep.
Is there anything you'd like to add onto our agenda or that we missed?
Not necessarily right now, but if something does come to mind, I'll let y'all know.
Okay. Well, I'm glad that we covered everything that you'd like to go over. And is it okay if we go ahead and start asking you a few questions to understand your current popcorn situation?
Yeah, let's do it.
All right. Finn, when making these big popping decisions, who's part of the buying center?
I'm making the decision, but I'll bring in Taylor, as well as I'll weigh in DJ's opinions a little bit. But predominantly, at the end of the day, it's my decision.
Okay. Now, can you explain to me a little bit more about the buying criteria you typically go through?
I mean, we're in a business to make money, right? So at the end of the day, we need to make money with our popcorn sales as well as our other products. But we also want to be able to carry the values of Wildly Fresh as well. So I don't know if you saw our SMILE acronym, but that's really important to us. So being environmentally friendly as well, and just having that overall customer experience, I would say those are the big things that hit home with us.
Just to quickly clarify, we need to make sure this venture is financially viable, continue the values that you experience at Wildly Fresh, and offer packaging that's environmentally friendly and continue those practices. Is that correct?
Yeah, if it matches up with those things I said, yeah.
Okay.
Now, with those things in mind, what role does popcorn play in your stores?
Popcorn it's not a staple. I mean, you don't go to a store looking for popcorn predominantly, but it's something that adds a lot to our store, and being able to have popcorn in the store, maybe someone picks it up, and then it's also a high margin product as well. So I would say it's not necessarily a staple product, but it's something that is in. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't want to be without it.
Yeah, of course.
Yes, because that is something. Would you say that creates a lot of foot traffic, popcorn being on your shelves?
Mm-hmm. Especially being in the back of the store too.
It really pulls people through the whole aisle to find the popcorn.
Yeah.
That's what I'm hearing. Okay, and you wouldn't want people to go to another store just because just to get the popcorn. Is that correct?
We don't want anyone to go to HEB or anyone. Like
Absolutely.
That, so, yeah.
Yeah. So now you had a popcorn supplier. Can you help us understand a little bit about what happened with that?
Oh man. So I don't know if y'all saw, but we had Ichabod as our supplier, and it was working out okay. They didn't do any sampling, which was, in my viewpoint, not great. But the packaging, we had a big issue with the packaging. You know, we pride ourselves on being environmentally friendly and having good quality products, and it turned out there was some lead in some of the packaging, and we can't do that, so we had to shut it down. So it was, it was a good relationship, but at the end of the day, they have to be providing us with the right product, and they didn't do that. So we're looking forward to moving in a better direction with a company like yours.
So they didn't do sampling, and they obviously had the mess up with the lead in the packaging. What are some things that they did right that you would like to see continued?
I mean, they had some good flavors. I mean, I'm a big fan of the jalapeno ranch, but they were just decent, honestly.
Okay.
So we're looking for a good sampling strategy, a good packaging, and I guess this latest craze is this whole social media thing, which they didn't implement either. So hopefully, combination of those three is what we're looking for in the future.
What are some specifics that you would like to see in packaging besides the absence of lead in the packaging?
Yeah, I would say there's two specifics: the FDA regulations, so no lead, make it environmentally friendly, but then also having something that's just aesthetic. And so when I walk down the aisle, it's like, wow, that's a nice bag, or I really like the design on that, and maybe I'm more inclined to pick it up just because of the packaging. But I would say those are the two.
Are you looking for more natural colors or more bright, bold colors?
I mean, y'all the experts. If you find that bright works, or you find that brown works, then that's whatever you'd recommend.
We found that more natural products are better for biodegradable packaging. If that is something that you guys would be interested, it kind of goes with your values about being environmentally friendly.
Perfect.
Is that something you'd be looking for?
Yeah, let's do it.
Great.
Fine with me.
Well, Mr. Finn, thank you so much for helping us better understand the key role that packaging plays in your store, and also to the customer experience. Now, could you describe to me or help me better understand the customer demographic that you typically witness?
Oh man, we have tons of people that come into the store, but we have. My wife was telling me that she works in the office as well, and she was telling me that there's 3 different customers, whether it's the everyday shopper, the occasional shopper. I think she said the last one was specialty. I'll have to get back to you on that. But we try and hit all 3, so I don't know how you all would be able to do that with popcorn. I'm actually interested to hear how would do that.
That ties in great because I'm like Megan said, director of sampling.
Okay.
So, do you see any customer trends that pretty much affect your stores on day-to-day basis?
The sampling is big, so I think whenever we have sampling, it increases our sales by, it's got to be at least a quarter, which, I mean, at the end of the day is a big deal. And plus it pulls customers throughout the store because we have sampling locations throughout. So if you're walking through the meat aisle and then you smell the popcorn, you might go to the popcorn aisle, then you pick up a bag of popcorn, maybe be one of those salsa things or something, like just little things like that. So does that help answer your question?
It really does. Now with those 3 typical customers, the everyday shopper, the occasional, and the specialty, do you see them really taking advantage of the sampling opportunities that we'll later discuss?
Yeah, I would say so. As long as the other strategies, the other strategies are applied to them, so that when it comes to social media, I think that increases our sales by a lot if we have a social media plan. So as long as everything else is in congruence, I think it definitely helps.
How many typical sampling stations do you allot for new products?
Well, it depends. I can draw it out for you if you don't mind. So we have like the front of the store here, and we have the snacks back here. We'll normally do a sampling station in the front next to the entrances, and then as well as in the middle of the store on the south side of the snack aisle, as well as the north side. So kind of you might taste the popcorn here, and then okay, I really like that. And then as you're walking around, you see popcorn again. You go to this sampling station, and go back to this sampling station. Then you have to work your way back to the store, increasing the sales of the other products.
Great, that sounds amazing. One of the key advantages for our popcorn is that the aroma spreads 20% more throughout the store area, and as well as it saves any air for 20% longer than typical.
So that would definitely help with how this is set up then.
Yes, I believe it would. Touching a little bit more on sampling, do you see any opportunities for improvement in the sampling practices?
I think there's a huge opportunity in terms of just implementing sampling. So as long as we can get that going, I think you'll have my commitment as long as we have some kind of sampling.
Great.
So you would agree that sampling does play a key role in your customer's experience?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you've talked a lot about social media so far and about your previous providers and what they did. You said that you had a smile ad, and you said that they had no sampling, and you also said that they did not really implement very much social media, if any at all. So were there any other channels of advertisements or anything that they used to promote their popcorn, or just absolutely nothing like you said so far besides the smile ad?
They didn't do anything.
Okay. Okay, so would you be open to previously unexplored channels of social media?
Of course, if it increases our sales, that's what we need to do.
Okay, well, we have a couple possible solutions for you, and they're very unique solutions of social media. And we're going to go over those with you in extent in our second meeting along with Taylor. And we also have training provided for the types of social media that we will be implementing with you guys.
Okay. Do you know how much it costs by chance?
Yes, we do have a financial sheet that we have prepared for you.
Okay.
And we're going to go over it in more detail in our next meeting due to our limited time schedule. Is that okay with you?
Yeah, that's fine.
Okay, great.
Absolutely. And going off what Anna said, I just want to make sure we fully understand your objectives and your goals at Wildly Fresh. So first of all, you said at the end of the day you're in the business to make money. It's all about the bottom line. If the bottom line doesn't make sense, then nothing else does either.
Of course.
You're looking for something that's environmentally friendly, and that's obviously due to your packaging issue in the past with your previous supplier. And at the end of the day, what you really want is to drive the ultimate customer experience. Is that correct?
Yes.
Can you help me understand a little bit more how you would classify the ultimate customer experience? What drives that?
Oh, man. I mean, I think the customer experience starts from as soon as you walk into the store. So whether it's the sampling stations, so sampling stations, so being able to experience the product and experience Wildly Fresh and doing so, and then going to the product themselves, so having a solid product, maybe that's aesthetically pleasing like the packaging, and then a good price, and then where we can make money as well. But then also the experience continues out of the store as well. So when you're out doing other things besides shopping, being connected to Wildly Fresh. So I don't know if that's the social media that you are planning on implementing, but having that in-store experience with, you talked about the aroma, that's pretty big. So having an in-store experience with the sampling and the product, but then continuing the Wildly Fresh experience throughout everyone's everyday lives, I think that's the whole Wildly Fresh experience, if you will.
Absolutely, and continuing that experience is really our goal in working with you today. I noted earlier when we were beginning with Megan, you mentioned a few keywords that I thought were interesting when you described your previous relationship. You said not great, you said decent, and okay. And our goal really is to take those three phrases and make it something great, something that you're proud of to be working with us side by side. So as we move forward, I know we've discussed a lot of different things in regards to packaging, social media, and sampling and your expectations. Is there anything we haven't touched on that you feel may be important going into our second meeting?
I would just like to see, I mean, like I said, we're in the business to make money. I'd like to see some kind of value proposition in terms of what your plan is going to do to my bottom line. If it's going to cost me anything out of pockets, I don't know if you have advertisements planned where I have to pay for them. What's the payback? What's my return on investment with investing in you guys and making a decision to go with Nature's Junction?
Absolutely, and that's something that we'll definitely go over the value proposition a little bit more in depth when we're sitting down with Mr. Whitney. As we're wrapping up our time today, I know you mentioned you have a couple meetings coming up, so we want to get you out of here on a timely manner. If we can provide a tailored solution for Wildly Fresh that really hits home on providing that value you're looking for in regards to social media, promotions, packaging, and sampling, is that something we can count on your support with in our second meeting with Taylor?
Yeah, I think we're on the same side.
All right, fantastic. Well, what I've got for you here is a short synopsis of some of the tailored solutions we have for you guys, and if you can just spend some time going over that before our next meeting with Mr. Whitney, that would be great. Obviously, we're going to take what we've learned here today as a team and really customize that, so there may be a few tweaks to those solutions, but just something that you can get your mind fresh and thinking about as we move into our next meeting.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Points? Yeah, there's some good points in here. I like this.
All right, sounds good. Well, Mr. Huckleberry, we really do appreciate your time. It's been a pleasure catching up with you.
Well, thanks, guys.
We look forward to our second meeting
Thank
and
you
dinner.
so much.
Yes,
Thank you,
I'm looking
Ben.
forward to dinner tonight.
Thank you. You're paying, right?
Thank you.
Absolutely.
It's on corporate.
What a strong handshake.